We need to go back to this one later, right? All right, well done. Ouch. Excellent. Proud of you. We'll go over this one later, don't worry. All right, congratulations to those of you who participated. Let's take a look at some of the answers. All right, some of the answers. Let me see if I'm sharing with this the original. Yes, the original Kahoot. Sorry, let me get out of this. All right. So, are you looking at the original Kahoot here?
Yes. Yes.
All right. So, Amaya, are you able to see the screen now?
It was me, the one that has a problem.
Okay.
Antonia?
So,
Yeah, now I can see.
okay, Anthony, you can see now, right?
Mhm.
Good. So, let's take a look at some of the answers. Let's take a look at, okay, we have, in my list, I have Amaya first, then Antonia, then Cristobal, uh, Javier is here, Patricio, and Sebastian. So we're all going to read one, okay? Amaya is going to start with number one, Antonia, then Cristobal, then Javiera, then Patricio, then Sebastian, and I'm going to be the last one, okay? So one, Amaya, two, Antonia, then Cristobal, then Javiera, then Patricio, then Sebastian, and then Bruno. Okay, and we're going to discuss the answers and we're going to discuss the mistakes as well in this Kahoot. All right, so Amaya, can you read the first one, please?
Okay. A phoneme functions controversially. True or false? I don't remember why I put in this, but I think I choose true.
All right, do you all agree with the answer?
I don't know why it's true. Actually, I don't know the correct answer and the why.
Okay, so the answer is true because when we think about a phoneme, we think about a sound that is the small unit in a language. So when we say, for example, sorry, I'm having issues with my internet connection. Um, I was saying fun and fan. So when we say fun in the chat, right? Fun, entertaining experience, right? Right? Or when we say we're referring to this device that helps you to be fresh, right? If it's hot, you use the fan to cool yourself down, right? So fun and fan are very similar words. The only difference is the vowel sound in the middle, and that is a phoneme because if you change it, you modify the meaning of the word. All right. For example, if we have the last one, fan, and we have the word tan, fan and tan have exactly the same sounds except the first one, right? So that's how we know that it's a phoneme, because if we use f, or if going to change. That's why it functions. Sorry, issues again. Hello? Hello, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Still
Teacher.
there? Okay, thank you. Thank you. So if you see the examples in the chat, the last two, fan and tan, only the initial sound is different. So we can identify this initial sound as phoneme and not, for example, an allophone. For example, if we read the word butter, we can read it butter, we can read it butter, right? And butter. We can use a regular t, we can use a flap, butter, right? Or we can use a glottal stop. But if we say butter or butter, the sound in the middle, the t, right? Even though it sounds different, the change or if you use either, the meaning of the word is not going to change if you use a regular t, right? Or if you use a flap, as when you say butter, okay? So when you say butter or butter, the meaning doesn't change. In that case, we're using different allophones, different realizations or variations of the same phoneme. In the previous examples, fan versus tan, the initial sound is different and it changes the meaning of the word. So we're dealing with phonemes. That's why we say, or a phoneme, going back to the question, functions contrastively because it provides contrasts in terms of meaning. It changes the meaning. Is not what happens when we're using an allophone. So when we say writer or writer, the sounds are different, but they don't change the meaning. So in that case, allophones do not function contrastively. Phonemes function contrastively because it basically change the meaning of words. Did you have issues with number two? Number two, Antonia, could you read it aloud, please?
A phoneme is the smallest unit of speech in a language that distinguish one word from another. I
All
put
right.
true because, well, that's what a phoneme is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the smallest unit, right? Okay. Any questions or comments about this one? All right, so it is the smallest unit of speech, and it distinguishes one word from another, as in examples of fan and tan, right? Or fun and fan. The next one, Cristobal, please.
Which phoneme is voiceless velar stop? And is the sound wait. K.
All right. Why not the first one?
I don't know. That sound is not velar.
Excellent. Why not the last one?
That sound is voice.
Good job. Very impressive. The last one, it is velar and stop, but it's voiced. Exactly. Excellent. Very impressive, gentlemen. Javira.
The substitution of an allophone for another creates a change in meaning, and that's false. Because as you said, the change in an allophone doesn't affect the meaning of the word, just the sound.
Exactly. Totally agree with you. totally agree with you. Patricio, please.
Okay. Which phoneme is voiced, labiodental, fricative? And is B. I had troubles with this because I thought it was the.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Okay, let's take a look at this one. Anyone would like to pitch in? Anyone would like to say why this one is the correct one, or why it's not, or this one?
The only difference between v and the is the v sound is labiodental and the is interdental.
Right. That's the only difference.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. Very well done. Very well done. Exactly. It is voiced. It is fricative, right? Because there's friction when you produce this one, the one in the yellow square, right? The. Do you know any words which contain this sound, either in initial, middle, or final position?
The.
The, uh-huh. Any other? Okay, the is okay. The other, right? Any other?
Those, maybe.
Though, excellent. There, they, right? This, all these demonstrative adjectives, right? Sebastian, are you there?
Yes.
Can you take number 6, please?
The description of the systems and patterns of speech sound in a language is called phonology.
Mm-hmm. General question, why not phonetics?
I think the difference is phonetics is physics or something like that.
Okay, all right. So the key elements in this statement are patterns of speech sounds in a language. Patterns of speech sounds in a language. So how these speech sounds or phonemes interact with each other, how they behave in a language. So that's what phonology deals with, because phonology is more specific. We talk about the English phonology. We talk about the Chinese phonology, the Spanish phonology, because sounds are arranged in different ways in specific languages. For example, we can say strange, start, stop in English, right? We can start with an initial s followed by a plosive t. But in Spanish, I don't know if we can start with. I mean, I don't know. Can we? Do we have words starting with s followed by t in Spanish?
I don't think so. No.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I remember when I was younger. I wasn't a teacher of English. I was, high school, I guess. And I remember going to buy Sprite. Sprite. They want a Sprite. So um, I remember my students saying school, not school. What do you
I
think,
think
Patricia,
that
about that?
usually in Spanish the S is followed by a vowel.
All
A
right.
or E, O, U. Um, usually is not a consonant.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Thank you, Antonia. Patricia, you were going to say?
No.
Okay. Sorry, I saw the icon like sort of activating. So exactly, we don't have that combination of sounds in initial position, s and t. So Spanish speakers tend to add a vowel sound in initial position before or preceding the sound s. So we say es cool, es bright, estar. That's quite common for us in Spanish. That's why we make the transference, right? Anyway, the patterns of speech sounds in the language is what phonology deals with. Phonetics deals with sounds in general, right? Studies the sounds. It's a science that studies sounds in general, right? For every single language. And we have, for example, articulatory phonetics, auditory phonetics. What's the other one? Articulatory, auditory, and acoustic, right? Acoustic phonetics. So articulatory, auditory, and acoustic phonetics. And each one of them deals with a specific phase of the production of the sound, right? If you remember, we articulate the sound, and when we produce a sound is that's what articulatory phonetics deals with. The sound is transmitted, right, as sound waves, and that's what acoustic phonetics deals with and records and studies, right? And then how the sound is perceived by a listener, that's what auditory phonetics deals with. But the way sounds are interact with each other in a specific language and each which patterns are allowed and permitted, that's part of phonology. Okay, phonology. In this case, English phonology. Um, the next one, phones are phonetic units. That's true. We talk about phonetics units or sound units, and phones are basically sounds. So sounds are phonetic units. That's true. Moving faster. Do you have any questions about number 8? Is it clear? Is it not clear? Would you like to discuss this one? What about number 9? Is it clear?
Teacher, le iba a preguntar sobre la 8 de que si la podría explicar porque yo no la entendí mucho.
Sure. Can you read the statement, please?
Phonology deals with the actual physical articulation of a speech sound.
Right. Phonology deals with the actual physical articulation of speech sounds. So the physical articulation of speech sounds is what articulatory phonetics deals with. Remember last semester we were explaining how vowel sounds were produced. We described vowel sounds in terms of height, length, in terms of lip rounding. For example, we said, okay, E is produced with spread lips, but U is produced with rounded lips. So that's, we were discussing this in terms of how sounds were articulated. We were dealing with articulatory phonetics. So it's not something that phonology deals with, how sounds are articulated. Phonology deals with how sounds are arranged, how they interact with each other, but not how they are articulated. That's something that it's covered by articulatory phonetics, what we basically studied last semester, articulatory phonetics. So we say, for example, the first sound in true, t, is voiceless, no vibration of the vocal cords, alveolar, right? Because the tip of the tongue touches the alveolar ridge, and it's a stop or a plosive sound because in terms of the manner of articulation, the airflow is blocked, right, for a moment, and then released in a puff or in a plosion. So that's what happens in terms of, well, physically speaking, is what happens when we produce or articulate the sound. So that's something that articulatory phonetics deals with, not phonology. Phonology has to do with the way sounds are arranged, distributed, and the way the sounds affect each other. And then, you know, with suprasegmental features, stress, right, intonation, features of connected speech. So basically what we're dealing with this semester. If it's not clear, let me know, because I can switch to Spanish. Maybe we can switch to Spanish. We have a short discussion about this. Maya?
No, yeah, it's really clear. Thank you.
All right, alrighty. I ask because this concept is not like you get up in the morning and you start talking like you, oh, well, you know, phonology. It's not something that you talk about every day. It's, you know, something that it's part of this course. So if it's not clear, please let me know, all right? We can talk about this in Spanish. No big deal, no problem. Number 9, what do you think? Is it clear?
It's clear.
Number 10. I don't know if you remember the concept aspiration.
Not really.
No.
Okay. Let me know if you can perceive a difference when I say 10, 10. 10, 10.
La fuerza al principio.
Okay. So which one do you think it's aspirated? The first one, 10, or the second one, 10?
The first one?
That's right, the first one. The first one has aspiration. So aspiration is present in English. Aspiration is not present in Spanish. So, for example, you can say pen, 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 aspirated p, pen, unaspirated. So you can find aspiration usually in initial plosive sounds or stops. Okay, so when I say pin, the initial sound is aspirated. But when I say spin, it is not aspirated. So in general, aspiration is present in the initial position. And we will see later during this course that sometimes you can find aspiration present in stressed syllable, even if it's not in initial position. But so far, in the word target, the initial t is aspirated because you say target and you don't say target. If you say target, it is not aspirated. But if you say target, t, it is aspirated. I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah, but is there like some specific phonemes that are aspirated like p and t only, or or there are more?
K, t, p, and k. Voiceless, plosive sounds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they are voiceless and they are plosive. For example, coin, 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 coin. Okay, so p, t, and k include this aspiration feature. All right. Please let me know if it's not clear and we can, go deeper. But basically, we find aspiration in voiceless plosive sounds in initial position. Sometimes singers take this aspiration feature and they sing songs in Spanish with aspirated plosives in initial position. So I don't know, I don't remember the name of the singer right now. It's one. Do you remember the one singing "Living La Vida Loca"? What's his name?
Ricky Martin.
Ricky Martin. All right. Ricky Martin uses aspirated plosive sounds in initial position in Spanish. So, for example, tengo, he says tango, tango. If you pay attention to some songs, because he's bilingual, he uses sometimes aspirated plosives in initial position. So he's transferring a feature which is present in English into Spanish. Check it out. Maybe you're going to say, that's not true, teacher, but I'm open to discussion, right?
Teacher?
Yep.
So I feel it's like the accent we make fun sometimes, like the gringo accent sometimes.
Exactly. When you are imitating a gringo speaking, you are usually using aspirated plosive sounds in initial position in Spanish. Exactly. That's
Oh,
right. Exactly. It's a feature that is part of the language, part of English, that sometimes gringos cannot let go, or they are not really aware that they are doing this sound in, or this using this feature, aspiration. So they just transfer this into Spanish. That's right. That's right. Is this 11 clear?
Yes.
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 All right. Okay, this is we're going to see which one is the right one. True or false? Are they minimal pairs? Yes, no, why?
I think that yes and no, because I remember that minimal pairs only differentiate in only one phoneme, and these words have two phonemes that are differentiated. The first one.
Exactly. I couldn't agree with you more, Patricio. That's the explanation. Exactly. Exactly. You got it. Very, very clear. There are two sounds, exactly, not one. Is it clear? Did you hear Patricio?
Yes, it's clear.
Yes.
Okay. All right. All right. Moving on. 13. True or false? Why?
Teacher, I I don't know because in this question I only marked one. I don't remember if it was true or false. Can you explain it?
Absolutely. The realization of the past tense marker of the word stay is id. So we take the word stay, and how do you pronounce this word? It ends in ed, right? So do we say stayed or stayed, basically? So stay in past tense, right, ends in ed, and the pronunciation should be stayed, stayed, and not stayed. Okay. If you take a look at the final sound in the word stay, stay ends in a, right? A, which is a voiced sound. So when we have a voiced sound and we have to add this past tense marker, right, or past tense basically, ed, we add a d, stayed, stayed, okay, played, played, stayed. When do we add id or an additional syllable? When the verb ends in t or d. For example, want, wanted, need, needed. Okay, so when the verb ends in a t or a d, we add this additional syllable. If the verb does not end in t or d, we need to add d or t. In the case of stay, it ends in a voiced sound because all vowel sounds are voiced. So we add d, which is voiced. That's basically the idea. I have a PowerPoint presentation that we used last semester that I can upload to the course to, refresh these concepts of past tense, if that's okay.
Yeah, teacher, that will be really nice. Thank you.
Ending. Sorry, issues again with the internet connection. In this exercise, you have several verbs in blue here, right? And they are all in past tense. So if you help me out, how do you pronounce this one?
Laughed.
Perfect. Laughed. What about this one?
Finished.
Excellent. Finished. Next one?
Killed.
Killed. Excellent. Killed. Next one?
Helped.
Is it? Come again?
Helped.
Perfect. Helped. Wonderful. Helped. Next one?
Wanted.
Excellent. Wanted. Next one.
Hiked.
Excellent. Hiked. Next one.
Rented.
Rented. Wonderful. Next one.
Covered.
Excellent. Covered. Covered. Next one.
Haunted.
Haunted. Excellent. Haunted. And the last one.
Haunted.
Hunted. Perfect. Hunted. So if you look for similarities, number 9 and number 10, they end in t. So, and number 7, right? So we add an extra syllable. Sorry. And number 5. So wanted, rented, haunted, hunted. So all of the verbs ending in t or d have an extra syllable. In the case of laughed, finished, helped, and hiked, all of them end in a voiceless sound. I mean, laugh, the last sound is f, which is voiceless. Finish ends in sh, which is voiceless as well. Help ends in p, which is voiceless, and hike ends in k, which is already as well, voiceless. In this case, we add t, right here, t. In the case of killed, in the case of covered, the final sound is voiced. Kill, is voiced, and cover, is also voiced. In this case, the final ed marker, right, is going to be d, killed, covered, killed, covered, d. So that's basically the explanation. We need to focus on what's the final sound. Is it voiceless? So t. Is it voiced? Then d. Does it end with t or d, as in rent or haunt? Then we add an extra syllable. I don't know if it's a bit clear or clearer than before.
Yes, it is.
All right. We're going to cover the last one because it's time to finish the session, all right? And the last one is this. Is this clear?
Yes.
All right. All right. So there are some elements that we need to discuss, right? How do you feel about this diagnostic Kahoot?
Very well, actually. I thought that I was going to be worse, but I think that I can remember the vast majority of the content from the previous semester.
All right. Let me tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to upload this the link to this Kahoot activity. And so you can take it again. I'm going to make the corrections, and if you want, only if you want, you can take it again. And then we're going to discuss if you still have questions next session. Okay. because the idea is that you can feel confident with the previous semester contents, so we can move on. I mean, have a common ground, and then we can move on to the contents for this semester, because we're moving to not individual isolated sounds, but we're moving to words, phrases, and sentences. So the link to the Kahoot will be in the LMS if you want to take it again. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Alrighty. Alrighty. So Maya was not here from the very beginning. I think Javiera Cabeza, she will be a teacher in this class. She is in her practicum period, right, or practicum stage. She is about to graduate, right? So she will be in charge of this class during some moments of the semester, and then she will be in charge of the class. Of course, I'm going to be here, and we're going to have conversations, right, about the class and et cetera, particularly when we have speaking practice. Maybe if Javiera decides, right, on this, we can split up the groups. Maybe we can go to Zoom, and maybe we can have even a smaller group to provide more feedback, if that's okay with you. Okay, so I'll see you around. What's the next time we're going to meet?
Friday.
Friday.
Friday. All right, same time. So with cup of coffee, probably. I'll see you on Friday. Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful day.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye, teacher.
Javiera,
Goodbye.
Amaya, Patricio, Sebastián, Chris, Antonia. See ya.
Yeah.
Bye.
Going to stop recording now.